Michael, with Alison, with Malcolm,
Yeah, and with the jingle.
and it's lovely to be back.
Happy New Year!
2023, first time. What have we just read?
Yeah.
And what have we just read?
Amos 1. It's nice actually because
Yes.
it sort of starts
Beginning of
two
both.
different readings, at the beginning of an Old Testament book and the beginning of a New Testament
So
book.
where does Amos fit into the sort of big picture of everything? Is Amos a big book?
Amos
It's a small book, isn't it, I think?
Amos is one of the minor prophets.
Yes.
The difference between the minor prophets and the major prophets is just the minor prophets, the books are a bit shorter.
Short.
Okay.
And the major prophets, the books, Isaiah, Ezekiel and Jeremiah, the books are quite big.
Right. You're
Right.
going to tell us a joke then, Malcolm. But
Yes.
because it's going to be, what's the difference between one and the other?
Or three of them go to a bar or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Sadly not.
No.
Amos is, in our Bible, it's the first of the minor prophets.
And so what's going on, Ruff? We still have, do we have Israel and Judah? They're
We
separated.
still have Israel
We've
and
got two
Judah,
kings
and,
still, right?
and they're separated. And Amos is from the southern kingdom, and he's going up to the northern kingdom,
Oh, okay.
and he's going to tell them,
Oh, this is what he's telling them.
you have rejected God.
So each time he's saying to different areas,
So,
isn't he? And
so,
saying,
so he starts off by doing the sort of things that they would be happy with him doing. He starts off, he says, well, first of all, the words of Amos, he was a shepherd. He doesn't seem to have been a professional prophet. He was a
Right.
shepherd. And he goes up to which he saw concerning Israel in the days of King Uzziah of Judah. So he's
King
in
up to the
Judah in
north.
the south, and Israel's in the north.
Right.
Yes.
So from Judah up to the thing. Judah up to the north, and now he's speaking, and he says, the Lord roars from Zion. So he's saying the Lord is roaring from Zion, which is the capital of the south,
Right.
Judah,
from
which is
Judah.
where his temple is.
Right.
And the north was generally, wasn't the north a bit more wicked than the south? Am I
The
imagining?
north does seem to have rebelled more because they
Right.
didn't have the temple and they set up a false temple. And
Right.
Oh, at Bethel, wasn't it, and things? Is that right? No?
Not Bethel, I can't remember.
Doesn't matter. Sorry.
Right.
No, I've got that in my head.
And he starts off on safe ground. He sort of denounces all their enemies,
Right.
you know, for
Oh, so he's denouncing the enemies of Israel.
of Israel and Judah for 3
Right.
transgressions of Damascus, that's
Damascus.
Syria, and for
Right.
4. Why? Because they've threshed. I mean, what a language, they've threshed their neighbour Gilead with threshing sledges of iron.
Right.
And then for 3 transgressions of Gaza, and for 4 I will not revoke the punishment, because they have taken whole peoples into
Into
exile.
Right.
Mhm.
And then I've lost
It's
it.
Gaza is.
It's
That's
well,
still Palestine.
It's part of Palestine. It's on the coast,
But Palestine
and
still
Gaza
is.
is still there.
Still there.
Yeah,
Gaza
Gaza
Strip,
is
yeah.
Gaza Strip, exactly.
And what is this? What has been the 3 transgressions of Gaza, and for 4? What is this for the 3?
I think it's just a sort of a way of saying, you know, it's just a proverb.
It's like one after the
It's
other.
a way
Yeah,
of
for
saying.
3 things and for 4, you know.
And for 5, and exactly.
Yeah,
So like, just an awful lot of them, basically.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
And for 3 transgressions of Tyre, now we've gone up a little
Yeah,
bit further north.
That's on the coast, isn't
Yes, and
Right.
for 4. And again, they've betrayed communities,
it? And they've sent them off somewhere else.
and then for Edom, because he pursued his brother with the sword and cast off all pity, he maintained his anger perpetually and kept his wrath forever. And then the Ammonites, now we're moving a little bit further away.
Yeah, that's over.
For 3 transgressions of the Ammonites, and for 4 I will. They're really brutal. It's been ripped open, pregnant women in Gilead.
So,
So these are all enemies of the north.
of both.
Of both and
Right.
south,
Yeah.
these
Right.
are the people. And,
Right.
and as it's safe, but wait till tomorrow, because tomorrow it suddenly begins to
A
come.
bit more personal.
Yeah.
Or-
Okay.
It's like today he's pointing the finger at others.
Okay. He starts by putting it, then it's right. Okay.
Yeah.
But it's self-examination tomorrow.
Yes.
Ah,
Yeah.
Well, I like the style of this book, though, the way it's been written, as you say, this repetition of 3 and 4, and it's very clear, isn't it? It's very easy to read this. In the sense, I mean, yeah, the content is hard, but the style is good. It's you know, the sentences are not too long. Unlike where we're going to go next.
Exactly, long,
Into
complicated.
Corinthians.
Which moves us
Shall
on
we move
exactly to 1 Corinthians. Paul's letter, this is Paul's letter to Corinth, the church in Corinth, and
Is that Sosthenes?
Sosthenes, you said it
Sosthenes,
correctly.
did I say it right?
Very good.
Sosthenes, when I wasn't thinking about it, it just came out right.
Came out right.
So he's writing, and possibly Sosthenes is the person who wrote it. Paul dictated it, Sosthenes possibly wrote it down.
It's very interesting how he talks about don't be kind of divided and say you're members of clubs, basically.
It's such a big thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's such a big thing in churches as well. We
Right.
get our little groups, our little cliques, and
Yes.
it could be just friendship groups, but it could be more than that. It could be, you know, we believe this, we're the right, you know, you're wrong.
Or having a particular leader that you
Yeah.
like.
And it's
like
great,
that one,
and
you
here,
like that
you know,
one.
there was the Paul group,
The Apollos.
there was the Apollos group, there was the Cephas group, and then there was the super spiritual group who said, we belong to Christ.
Right.
Yeah.
And
It's very interesting. Is this often quoted because you think about when the churches all convened for those famous church councils when they all, I mean, in fact, wasn't there a big split at some point? They all disagreed and some went off, did their own thing. Is this often quoted as a sort of guys we must amongst church?
I don't know, but if it isn't, it should be.
It should be right. It's interesting.
But it is a very.
And also at the end, it's very interesting. It says, Christ did not send me to baptize, but to proclaim the gospel, and not with eloquent wisdom, so that the cross of Christ might not be emptied of its power. Basically, wanted it to be accessible.
Exactly.
But also very clearly that it's God at work. And
Right.
again, we're going to see that as we go through the next few chapters. Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah.
Because I mean, even the fact that because in the early days wasn't the Bible sort of kept in Latin, so that only priests and people of the church could access it.
Initially Greek, and then as it sort of
Right.
developed, as it expanded, as the Roman Empire sort of developed, then it became Latin. Yeah.
Right, but in the early days in England, wasn't it actually kept in churches in Latin? But I'm just saying that at some point it became.
Yes, it was. Exactly. You're right.
Yeah.
It became more accessible.
One of the big principles of the
Reformation.
Reformation was that the language of the worship and the language of the Bible had to be in the language of the people.
Yeah. That for me that reminds me just a little bit of that last.
Yeah, that's
not with
really-
eloquent wisdom,
Yeah.
but something that people can understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely. Well, thank you for joining us. It's lovely to be back, and
Great.
And I hope to see you tomorrow.
Indeed.
Bless you.
Right. Bye.
Thank you.